So just before Season 3 kicks off, Fuegoleon. Can't forget about the boy Fuegoleon. So, of course, with Global, some people might be running the barrier meta. I know Noelle is being used pretty consistently, of course, since she can apply a great deal of barrier. And I know for some people that's going to be super annoying, because of course it applies to the whole team, where the barrier being applied. People can double stack it with Raditz, of course, so you know, and of course now we've got Kohono, so you know there's a ton of barriers being applied right now, and it can get annoying, infuriating, and I completely get that. You know, I've had a few PvP matches where it's just like the barrier just never ends, especially now we've got the green Charlotte, who can of course extend the barrier by an extra turn, I believe. So it can get pretty annoying, and the consistency from her passive, you know, there's that. I can't forget about the barrier play on that part, but that's for JP and KR and soon to be on Global. But either way, the best thing about the barrier play is having characters that can remove barrier, and what's even more better about that is that having the character remove it on an AoE scale. And so for that, Fuegoleon is going to be that character. You can make good use of him. I've already spoken about how his Greymore is disgustingly broken. So to have a character to come about and dispel barrier from him, not only just his ultimate, but it is on his second skill. On his second skill, it's more of a single target, but pretty much it's the ultimate of where it's all going to be being applied to. And so with that, it does kind of open up for the enemy team to take an absolute beating at the end of the day, because that's kind of like once you pass the barrier, for the most part, that is it. It's open season, unless there's total defenses, fortifies. You know, if they're able to make their team tanky, including the barrier, then you know that's one part erased from the barrier, but then you've got the defense buff to kind of think about, because of course they are going to be tanking. But if your account or if your characters are stacked enough, then you should be a-okay. But pretty much the key thing to take away from all of this is that Fuegoleon coming in is not a character to be forgotten about. He will be usable for PvP, I will say. It's kind of interesting though, because Julius was still not in the game yet, so for Season 3 to come out from JP and KR, you know, Fuegoleon was used pretty consistently, I would say, because he was kind of changing the meta with not allowing people to just like constantly hide behind their barrier. But again, with Global, it does kind of shift things up a little bit with the release of Julius, because that man is just a red killer. Give him speed and he is OHKOing. Now, you have to keep in mind, with Fuegoleon, he does have that immortality once his HP falls below 30%. So regardless, he is going to be sticking around unless he gets stunned or slowed down, or no, not even slowed down. As long as he doesn't get stunned or incapacitated in any type of way where he has to skip a turn, then you're good. Otherwise, yeah, even that passive won't save you. But regardless, having that immortality is actually kind of clutch to have. So in a way, you're kind of guaranteeing yourself on removing that barrier, so it's not that much of an issue to get your other teams in to kind of clean up, as you could say. Alright, I found someone who's running a full-on barrier team, so let's kind of fight fire with fire. So I'm running 3 attackers, but then I've got my defender, so we'll see how this does. I mean, realistically, I feel like Mars will be the better option due to his passive popping off first turn. But hey, look, as long as you got speed on your boys, you can make magic happen, and that's exactly what we're about to do right now. So we are definitely in that power position. Obviously, Julius being fast as ever. And then I think what I could really, you know what, I'm gonna just set up the barrier myself. Let's just get it going, get it popping. And then in this case, what I will do is I'm actually gonna wait, because his Raditz still has barrier and Charlotte still has barrier from a passive, so I kind of want to hold off. So what I will do is I'll just start working on that Charlotte, kind of dwindle it down a little bit. Obviously, we're playing the barrier play ourselves, but we also have the remover himself, so we'll keep working on our defense now. There we go, it all kind of works out. So there we go, there's Raditz popping off his barrier, thinking, oh, he's all safe. Oh, he's all protected. Oh, God. Well, there goes my plans. there goes my plans. Yep, I feel like no, Mars wouldn't have. Actually, well, then again, I feel like doing Noelle's ultimate, then Raditz's barrier play would have been the smartest option, to be honest. So I'm going to hold off from using the ultimate right there. No need to rush it. And then just for the, I mean, here's the thing. Technically speaking, I can hold off. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pop it, because that Julius is going to cause me too much trouble. Just give me the goddamn immunity, my guy. Alright, there we go. Yep. There we go, there we go. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Fuegoleon would have survived, because of course his passive would have popped. But I just want to keep it. If I can keep his passive that little longer, then that'd be pretty beneficial. Okay, So we've got a few barrier plays going on right now, which is pretty annoying. So, I mean, I can draw my ult here actually, and that'll be fine. That'll be fine. So in the instance of there being no barriers, actually, hold it a minute. We might be able to, oh, here we go. Ow. That didn't exactly do much. Okay, so I'm actually going to do the second skill here. Yeah, there's no barrier play going on, because that DOT is going to kill, and then I can just pop your passive. Okay, well, I mean... Oh, there we go, it worked! We can still utilize Fuegoleon pretty nicely. I mean, this kind of worked out. You can pile on the barrier and just have that unit that can kind of bypass barrier. Okay, so we'll do this. I feel like rather than having Noelle there, Charlotte will be pretty nice, like Season 3 Charlotte. I mean, that could actually work, possibly. Actually, yeah, that might actually work. Hold on a minute. Alright, let's try that out. Alright, so I threw in Charlotte just to see how these two will work together. I brought on Mars too, so that way we can make good use of the combination skill and the turn one to keep me safe. Not that it needs to be. Okay, so what I will do is, of course, we'll get the attack up. There we go, and this will pretty much just solidify your passive pop in. There we go, and then that will then bleed in with hopefully hitting. Okay, that's fine. Hey, we removed stamina. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. And then what I will do from here on out is... Okay, you know what? Let me see if I can slightly dwindle you down. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, so technically speaking, you should die, so we can actually start working. Okay, this kind of works. Hey, we stunned her, and we've got the Fortify too, so this will actually help us out. Yeah, apply your barrier. That's exactly what we want. Waste your ultimates. Oh, goddamn. Oh, we survived. Look at that. Look at that. See, this is what I mean, man. This is what I mean. This is what I love. Okay, I'm actually going to just hit you. Actually, maybe I should go for us there. I think that would have been more beneficial, but that's fine. Alright, we'll get a counter going. Not that we need to. Noelle survives. That's fine. Okay, so now we can get rid of all the barrier. This should clean up Noelle too. This should clean up Noelle. Get the barrier going. Or remove it, sorry. Go on for Fuegoleon. Disperse. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, unfortunately, I was about to say we've just activated Asta, but we've also got the counter attack up our hand, so that was actually clutch. And then, of course, we can go and resort to damn, we didn't get stunned. That's unfortunate. Now, because of course, Asta did activate his second skill, he does have defense and block up. Oh my god, this man is just applying so much defense up. This Raditz is going to be an absolute pain. But at the end of the day, look, for Fuegoleon, he is a character, a usable character for global, most definitely. Again, he is definitely combating the whole barrier meta, of course, and by having that passive where he can hold on to dear life for one more turn, it does kind of guarantee you to where he can, if needed, if you have saved his ultimate, to at least pop that off before, of course, he does fall. So, an AoE unit that you can actually do decently well with the damage output, if you work on him. Of course, with myself, I haven't really built much of a kit for him, but when it comes to the damage that he can apply to, if you can max out his Grim, oh Jesus Christ, that would be disgusting. But overall, removing that barrier, he is going to be a very key, he's going to be a key unit for that. But with where things are at right now, like within turn one, you can kind of neutralize the barrier play quite easily. So I wouldn't say he's that crazily needed, right? Like to where you need to prioritize him, or he's like a must and whatnot, because you can quite easily take care of turn one, because if you've got speed and you're going first, you can really just kind of neutralize the barrier units, specifically Noelle. I mean, she's an easy cake to take care of turn one, right? Especially if Julius is going in first. If they are running Raditz, then Raditz, then he might be the only character. But I mean, then again, he's got no other protection when it comes to being stunned and whatnot. So you can also, if you're lucky with RNG, neutralize him too. So, yeah. So there's a few things that are already being used to go around barrier play, but if you just need someone that could just completely remove it on an AoE scale, what's doing good damage, I'll admit, doing good damage. Yeah, Fuegoleon, man, can't go wrong with that man either. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna see if we can make some magic happen with that Graham. Bro, it's that Graham, or bro, I just want it. I want it maxed out too, man. That is insane for burn metas, man. Anyway, I'll leave it there just to give you guys thoughts and ideas on what global PvP could be like and what people might want to be running. Yeah, Fuegoleon, the barrier removal unit. There you go. On an AoE scale.